And come next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we ready? Yes. Okay.
Okay. You counting down? Oh, we're started. Okay. Good morning, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton. We welcome you here in the sanctuary and those who are joining us online. We ask that you turn off your cell phones during the service, with one important exception. Please feel free to use your phones to access our hearing assistance system, especially if you have T-coil. My name is Michelle Corbet. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm this morning's worship leader. Our goal in the congregation is to extend our hearts in welcome to whomever you may be. We are connected through our desire to live out our ideals of peace, love, and justice for all. We're here to love one another and encourage each other in our spiritual growth. Our congregational mission includes our commitment to nurture one another, serve the community, and inspire action to heal the world. Our land acknowledgement this morning is different than what we typically share at the start of the service. Today is an invitation to engage with an online resource where you can learn more about the Indigenous lands upon which we live, work, study, and play. Using this website, native-land.ca, and an address, and a few clicks, you can learn about the Indigenous territories, languages, treaties, and ways of life. The website is created from oral histories, maps, written records that prioritize Indigenous voices. The work of Native Land Digital is guided by Indigenous nations and communities' self-definition and determination, Indigenous representation in governance, decision-making, and partnerships, and the centering of Indigenous histories, their perspectives, relationships, which prioritize the lands and water. This morning, here in the sanctuary, we share an address. So I entered 170 Dundurn Street South, and in seconds, I learned that the land upon which this church is situated are the traditional lands of the Erie, Neutral, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the Mississaugas, and that this land is covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, which was an agreement between the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe to share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. And it's also treaty territory, specifically Treaty 3 of 1792. So I encourage you all to enter your home address, or possibly an address that you lived at some time in your life, and let the links lead you down the many, many rabbit holes of learning and transformation. As we as institutions and as individuals do the hard work of uncovering truths, however uncomfortable or horrifying, let us be guided by courage, hope, and the knowledge that truth must come before reconciliation. Hope as an act of resistance, words by Reverend Michelle Collins. In times when despair feels reasonable and cynicism seems wise, we gather to practice radical hope. Not passive waiting, but active defiance against the forces that would diminish our humanity. Together, we choose hope as resistance, imagination as rebellion, and love as our most revolutionary act. Come, let us worship together. Please settle into your seat as we enjoy Rachel's beautiful music with the prelude.
I'm going to be here. That's okay. That's okay. We are actually going to do this together. If you were here last Sunday, we did this as a postlude together, but we're going to start this together. So the We Rise. And let's go to your part. You're welcome to stand or not. It's totally up to you. So we'll go through the We Rise part. We rise. That's how simple it is. Again. We rise. Good. And the second part that you're going to, that's kind of like the verse part, the chorus. In hope in prayer. We find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here again in hope, in prayer. We find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here. We rise, we rise. Humbly hearted, rise. Won't be divided, rise. With spirit to guide us, rise. And we go back up, rise. In hope, everybody. In hope, in prayer. We find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here in hope, in prayer. We find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. Yeah, we're right here. We rise, we rise. All of the children rise. Elders with wisdom rise. Ancestors surround us rise. Let's hear it nice and loud. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, yeah, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, yeah, we're right here. In hope again, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. Awesome.
Thank you, Rachel. I invite Reverend Danie to come forward to light our chalice as we listen to Reverend Deborah Falk's words. The chalice is lit among us is a beacon of hope in a world in crisis, a beacon of possibility made manifest in community, a beacon of warmth through our interconnectedness, a beacon of light illuminating our shared vision, a beacon of connection by our being together. Please join me in our chalice lighting words that are projected. May this flame be our light of friendship and love.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to be with you today. I'm Reverend Danie, and I use they, them pronouns. Thank you so much for coming out on this cold December morning. Today is the third Sunday of Advent with the theme of joy. In a world that has been overshadowed by Christianity, the season of Advent is a time of anticipation and preparation to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ on December 25th. However, there are many aspects of Advent that have been celebrated for millennia, including in the pre-Christian Germanic and Norse traditions, with the core idea stemming from winter solstice and focusing on the rebirth of the sun. And in our Unitarian Universalist tradition, a community bound in the value of pluralism, we recognize that in the Northern Hemisphere, we are surrounded by seasons of hope and returning light, not just the season of preparing for the birth of Christ, but also the season of Hanukkah, when the oil for the lamp miraculously lasted 8 days, which starts today, and the winter solstice, which happens next Sunday, and finally Kwanzaa beginning on December 26th. And so today we will begin our service with lighting 3 candles of Advent and the first candle of Hanukkah. In the season of long, cold nights, hope isn't waiting for us to find it. Hope isn't sitting patiently on the sidelines. Hope seeks out the forgotten places, the longest night, the damaged temple, the overcrowded stable, and every corner where tomorrow seems impossible. Hope bursts in, uninvited, without concern for our carefully crafted plans. Hope shows up as a lamp that keeps burning. Hope shows up as an improbable baby. Hope shows up as the sun returning without ever having left. Hope shows up as tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and then tomorrow, until, against all odds, we feel the future breaking on the horizon. When we are weary from battle, when empire seems inevitable, and when darkness is growing around us, hope comes to claim us, and we have the chance to say yes. And so, as we seek for hope to claim us at this time, let us sing together. This is one of our many protest songs within the UU repertoire hymn, number 170, We Are a Gentle, Angry People.
We are going to start by singing verse 1, 2, and 3. Okay? We'll finish it later. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are young and old together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are young and old together, and we are singing, singing for our lives.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jenny Copes, and I run the children's program here at the church. I have a few announcements, and then I'm going to read the story, and then we're going to do the Eva Rothwell collection, and then we can sing the children out. So I have a few extra things today. So first of all, there are some cards here on the table from our friends at the Eva Rothwell Center. So please feel free to sign a card and include a gift with it if you wish. You can also take the card to Eva or leave it in the church. We'll bring it with our donations that we have for them later this week. Speaking of donations, today we are doing a special Eva Rothwell collection. This is a separate collection from our regular church collection that happens later in the service. The first one that we're doing is only for Eva Rothwell. So if you don't have a gift for them, that's totally fine. But please be patient as we as we run that collection with the Eva Rothwell team and the CYR team. The other announcement I want to make is about the Third Space Cafe. We are having a lot of fun running it. Last week we had a community cooking theme with Danie, and there was a number of people there. You're welcome to join us this coming Friday. It's a mending circle theme, so if you have something you need to mend, some clothes, a sock, or whatever, you're welcome to bring that, and there will be some people who may be able to help you if you are not sure how to do it. If you also have skill in mending or repairing something and you would like to offer some time to help people repair a gadget or a technological issue that you might have, please let me know, and I will see how we can kind of make sure that that gets fit in, so that we don't have somebody coming with something to repair and nobody is there to help. So we would like to open the community up to providing their need and providing their skill when we have it. So if you don't have anything to mend, you are also welcome to join us. You are welcome to come and chit chat. You don't even have to talk to people who are there. You can come for a drink and sit and enjoy, get out of the house for a little bit. If it's a little chilly and you're feeling a little bit, what's the word for it, cabin fever, come and get out of the house and enjoy the space that we have here. And if you can get to know some of the other people here, then that is wonderful, and we are happy to have you. So our story for today is Change Sings by Amanda Gorman, and it's illustrated by Lauren Long. Is it on? That's a good question. It is on. There we go. I can hear change humming in its loudest, proudest song. I don't fear change coming, and so I sing along. I scream with the skies of red and blue streamers. I dream with the cries of tried and true dreamers. I'm a chant that rises and rings. There is hope where my change sings. Though some don't understand it, these windmills of mysteries, I sing with all the planet and its hills of histories. I hum with 100 hearts, each of us lifting a hand. I use my strength and my smarts. I take a knee to make a stand. I am bright as the light each day brings. There is love where my change sings. I show others tolerance, though it might take some courage. I don't make a taller fence, but I fight to build a better bridge. I talk not only of distances from where and how we came, I also walk our differences to show that we are the same. I'm a movement that roars and springs. There's a wave where my change sings. Change sings where? There, inside me, because I'm the change I want to see. As I grow, it grows like seeds. I'm just what the world needs. I'm the voice where freedom rings. You're the love your bright heart brings. We are the wave started to spring, for we are the change we sing. We're what the world is becoming, and we know it won't be long. We all hear change strumming. Won't you sing along? Thank you. Now we will do the Eva Rothwell collection, and lovely Rachel is going to play us some lovely music.
And then we're going to sing verse 6 to sing the kids out.
And then we're going to sing verse 6 to sing the kids out.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what that means.
Of the hymn we just sang.
Of the hymn we just sang, okay.
Marianne? So now if you'll please join me, we're going to do verse 6 of We Are a Gentle, Angry People. We are a gentle, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a gentle, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives.
I'd like to invite you now into our meditation and contemplation. I invite you to relax, close your eyes if you like, and breathe deeply. Following our reading, there will be a few moments of silence, and after that, music. During the music, you are invited to come forward and light a candle of joy, sorrow, or gratitude at our table. This morning's reading is called The Gates of Hope, written by Reverend Victoria Safford. Our mission is to plant ourselves at the gates of hope, not the prudent gates of optimism, which are somewhat narrower, not the stalwart, boring gates of common sense, nor the strident gates of self-righteousness, which creak on shrill and angry hinges. People cannot hear us there, and they cannot pass through. Nor the cheerful, flimsy garden gates of everything is going to be all right, but a different, sometimes lonely place, the place of truth-telling about your own soul, first of all, and its condition, the place of resistance and defiance, the piece of ground from which you see the world, both as it is and as it could be, as it will be, the place from which you glimpse not only struggle, but the joy of the struggle. And we stand there, beckoning and calling, telling people what we are seeing, asking people what they see.
Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Will you ease this pain? Oh, oh. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go.
Our lives are filled with the busy and the mundane, the ordinary and the extraordinary, the quiet and serene, and the fast-paced chaos of doing what must get done. As we gather weekly to contemplate the end of one week in preparation for the next, we take time to share the ways in which our lives are interconnected in this community and live into the truth that what affects one of us affects us all. In the spirit of community care, let us open our hearts to one another in all that we hold sacred. I have one, it's a sorrow and a joy and a gratitude, all wrapped up in one. And it's from Robert Elliott. Last Friday was the first year anniversary of the death of my sister, Sue Sanderson. She dedicated her life to helping others, working in an outreach center at Nashua. She worked tirelessly with the homeless and those wrestling with addictions and other mental health disorders, giving so much to many who were less fortunate than her. Sue's faith was strong, and while we grieved her loss, we're comforted knowing that she's with her Lord. I spend Friday mornings delivering food on behalf of the Burlington Food Bank. This morning I delivered a hamper to an elderly couple whose home was a dingy, sparsely furnished basement apartment. Both husband and wife were unable to speak English, but I motioned and pointed down the stairs with the hamper, and the woman nodded. As I turned to leave, the woman extended her arms and offered me a hug of gratitude. I have no doubt that my sister Sue was there with me in spirit. While we miss her, we treasure the time we had with her and shared with her, and honor the tremendous work she did and the example she set for others. The world needs more Sue Sandersons. I have a personal sorrow to share. A family friend, I don't remember life without Ellen Haddon, passed earlier this week from a battle with pancreatic cancer. I had an opportunity to visit her and share a little bit of time this fall, and it's really sad. She was a family friend, and as I said, somebody that I don't remember life without her. We know that there are sorrows among us too raw, too fresh, and too tender to share at this time. We hold those in our space today with the reminder that we are never alone. Alongside the sadness in our lives, there are also joys, and I have a couple this morning. I'm going to begin with a joy from Marianne Forbes. Josh McIntyre, who is in our sound booth this morning, completed his master's in math from Brock University this past week. Congratulations, Josh. And he didn't just complete it, he did extraordinarily well. And also this morning, we are delighted to celebrate and have Val Ramsey here, celebrating her 102nd birthday, which was on Friday. Please join us in singing Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Val. Happy birthday to you. Sure. Yes. Yeah. Just Val, just a minute. We're going to get you a microphone.
Be the 5th or 6th birthday party I've enjoyed this week. But I have been very spoiled, and I've had a wonderful life. The only regret I have is that my twin brother is not here to enjoy it with me. But I have 3 other brothers. One of them you may have known, John, who last month also turned 100. And I have 2 more brothers in their 90s who are approaching 100. And I have to say, I credit it all to my mother's wonderful cooking.
Yeah. For those who missed the summer service where Val shared part 1 of her extraordinary life, she took us to World War II. She'll be back in the pulpit on January 18th to share part 2 of her extraordinary life story. And the choir will bring to life a piece of poetry that Val wrote and Rachel set to music. So that will be a very special service. Our newest practice of gratitudes is uplifts that for which we're grateful and gives voice to the reality that this work of our church is never done. Sometimes the work happens in very visible ways, and other times it goes unnoticed or behind the scenes, but it's all worthwhile and worthy of celebration. I don't have any submitted gratitudes, but I will just say thank you to the entire worship team that worked this week to bring the service to you. I think I mentioned a month ago when I was service leading, so much has changed since the pandemic, and so many more people and processes are involved, and it just, it's magic. It's magic the way it comes together, and I feel really grateful for the people that I worked with this week. If you would like to have a joy, a sorrow, or a gratitude shared with the larger congregation, you can do that by clicking on the link on our church's homepage online, or by writing it in the binder that's to my right. Sharing our tender moments and witnessing each other's lives is part of building this beloved community. May we continue to hold space in this community of care and to share with courage and vulnerability. Our offering is a time where we give in a different way, and our words today are from Kristen Collins. We give to remind ourselves how many gifts we have to offer. We give to remember that we are part of something larger than ourselves. We give because we believe in music and sacred space. We give with the faith that together we have enough. We'll now receive the offering while we listen to our music minister, Rachel Danie.
So another one where I hope you catch it and join along. This is called Hope Lingers On. So after every line I sing, let's say, for instance, my mother, when love is gone, my mother, when love is gone, hope in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. In our darkest hour, hope lingers on. And then we have a chorus, and it's, I will not hate, I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. And I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. Let's try that together. And I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. My mother, when love is gone, my mother, when love is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. My father, when peace is gone, my father, when peace is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. Sing the chorus with me. And I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, will hope lingers here. My people, when equality's gone, my people, when equality's gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. And my people, when tolerance gone, my people, when tolerance gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. And I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, yeah, hope lingers on. My love, when honor is gone, my love, when honor is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. Well, my country, when justice is gone, my country, when justice is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. Let's sing that chorus nice and loud. And I will not hate, and I will not fear in our darkest hour. Yeah, hope lingers here. One more time. And I will not hate, and no, I will not fear in our darkest hour. Hope lingers here.
Thank you, Karen and Doreen, and thank you all. Your gifts and support of our ministries to one another and the community are appreciated. Thank you.
As I first was imagining this service more than a month ago, I was considering how challenging it can be to rely on hope, or even more specifically, how challenging and problematic optimism can be in a world that is dark and when fear is filling us. Throughout my research, I read multiple different quotes and ideas about how hope can be problematic. And a blog post written by Margaret Wheatley, American author and academic of leadership and ecologist, was one of the things that had me thinking about the idea of the dangers of hope. In October of 2021, she wrote, "My intention of this article is to present a severe critique of current attempts to increase activism by offering people more causes for hope, causes founded on false premises. My intention is to warn us activists away from the drug of hope, to fully face the reality of climate change, to end the deceit that we can reverse these changes through our indomitable human spirits. Freed from a hope-filled drugged state with appropriate humility and reliable compassion, we can identify roles for ourselves that make a difference in how we stay together and alleviate suffering." She goes on to say, "The need to be hopeful rises in direct proportion to our growing despair as we recognize the destruction of planet, people, species, and the future. This relationship between hope and despair is guaranteed. They are two sides of the same coin. Buddhist wisdom has warned us for millennia that hope and fear are one emotional state. When what was hoped for fails to materialize, we flip into despair. Motivated by hope, we end up in despair. The greater the hope, the greater the despair. Those who seek hope as their motivation for activism are doomed to suffer this disabling dynamic. And I have been there, seeking for hope in moments of despair, grasping at straws, trying to find anything that can help to pull me out of the mud. This idea of hope leading to despair aligns very well with my own experiences of depression, struggling to see any light within my own mind and being. Hope feels impossible, no matter how hard I attempt to flip over the coin of despair to see that hope. The darkest nooks and crannies of my own internal world are consumed by despair, and when life gets topsy-turvy and I find myself stuck in one of those alcoves, seeking for hope to get me out. Last week, as I was remembering and enjoying again the On Being podcast series about hope, the Hope Portal, I stumbled across this quote from Joanna Macy's. I'm not insisting that we be brimming with hope. It's okay not to be optimistic. Buddhist teachings say feeling that you have to maintain hope can wear you out. Just be present. The biggest gift you can give is to be absolutely present. And when you're worried about whether you're hopeful or hopeless or pessimistic or optimistic, who cares? The main thing is that you are showing up, that you're here, and that you're finding ever more capacity to love this world, because it will not be healed without that. That is what is going to unleash our intelligence and our ingenuity and our solidarity for healing, for the healing of our world. This idea of being aware and present in this moment, right now, was something that helped get me unstuck within one of my own shadows of despair. Over the decades, I've spent countless hours attempting to bring myself out of the never-ending cycles of anxiety and depression by bringing my attention to my breath and witnessing my body in this moment. This time, 7 years ago, was one of those times for me, when I could hardly pull myself out of the corner of my brain that kept getting me stuck in despair. And it was a practice to coming back to the moment that finally helped me find my way out. The practice of situating myself into my body, listening to and counting my breath, and feeling the sensations within my body that helped me flip over that double-sided coin of despair and found hope. In December of 2017, I had my first interview with the Ministerial Fellowshipping Committee. This is an international committee of the Unitarian Universalist Association, who is in charge of interviewing candidates for ministry and determining if they're ready or not to be ministers yet. At the end of 4 years of seminary and 2 internships, as well as countless other steps in the process checked off of the list of requirements, I went into a 1-hour-long interview with 10 of my, we'll call them peers, 10 of my elders maybe. I preached a 10-minute sermon, and I was interviewed with 20 different questions. After 15 minutes of deliberation, the committee informed me that I had failed my interview, and they wanted to hold me in 1 more year of close supervision. Adam and I were driving back to Toronto, back to downtown Toronto, and I felt completely defeated. And then, while walking into our apartment after that long trip back, we ended up finding our cat, Opus, dying in our living room. We rushed him to the veterinary emergency, but he had already passed away. This was probably from his diabetes. In another 3 weeks, we were going to move to Montreal for 4 months, where I was going to be covering for Reverend Diane Rollert's sabbatical at the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I was supposed to have the opportunity to go in to search for settled ministry with the congregation after that time, but because of my failed interview, I was blocked from that process. However, I was able to take on a contract ministry position, and that's how Adam and I found ourselves in Kelowna in August of 2018, in the middle of forest fire season. We then spent the first 2 months house sitting for family friends, and by the time we moved into our own apartment in November, Adam and I were completely exhausted. And we were actually very broke. We had moved across the country, Toronto to Montreal, Montreal back to Toronto. We took a pit stop in Alberta for a couple of months with my parents, and then on to Kelowna, all within 8 months. We were both exhausted. And I lost my spot. And then, of course, we had moved to across the country to a city that we could not live in without a car, for a job that was not full-time and was not very well paid, and a ministry that was really challenging. When I arrived, there was active conflict, and I was seen as needing to be the mediator. I felt like my life had turned into one of those Saturday morning cartoons where Yosemite Sam gets smacked in the face by a frying pan and starts to see stars. And then he takes a few wobbly steps and starts tumbling down head over heels down a set of stairs. By December of 2018, I was ready to stay at the bottom of that set of stairs and never get up. I had spent so much time being hopeful, so much time trying to see the silver lining around the storm clouds that I could no longer hold back the despair. It was that December in 2018 when Adam and I found a community to help us navigate the intense depression that both of us found ourselves in. The Canadian Mental Health Association in Kelowna had a wellness development center, a space where people were able to connect with others, participate in wellness-based activities such as yoga, art classes, skill-building classes, and just socializing. And what ended up being the most important aspect for me was peer support groups. Adam and I spent several weeks Adam and I spent several weeks connecting with people we met at the Wellness Center. And the following November, I actually trained to become a peer supporter. I was in charge of running weekly meetings, offering one-on-one peer support. And then when the weekly groups became too large for the space that we were gathering in at the public library, I was able to speak with the board at Kelowna Unitarians, and the group started meeting in the church's basement. Connecting with these individuals and finding community when we thought we had no one was instrumental for Adam and I to get well and even pretend to be able to find hope again. And one of the many sayings that helped get us through those really challenging times was, depression means you're stuck thinking about the past, and anxiety means you're worried about the future. Be present, here and now, and perhaps you can find peace. Of course, we all knew it wasn't that simple, and that it was a skill that we would need to practice in order to actually find our way towards that peace. And that continues to be true. Although I haven't experienced the same depth of depression that I struggled with that winter, I continue to rely on those practices, or similar ones, that help me ground into the present to find solid footing. A few years after that really, really hard winter, I was able to take a yoga teacher training. And one of the books that I was required to read was called Peace is Every Step, which was written by Thich Nhat Hanh. And I was reintroduced to this idea of finding peace in the present moment. Thich Nhat Hanh states, Western civilization places so much emphasis on the ideas of hope that we sacrifice the present moment. Hope is for the future, and this teaching about refraining from hope may create a strong reaction. I'm going to start that over, sorry. Western civilization places so much emphasis on the ideas of hope that we sacrifice the present moment. Hope is for the future. It cannot help us discover joy, peace, or enlightenment in the present moment. Many religions are based on this notion of hope, and this teaching about refraining from hope may create a strong reaction. But the shock can bring about something important. I do not mean that you should not have hope, but hope is not enough. Hope can create an obstacle for you, and if you dwell in the energy of hope, you will not bring yourself back entirely into the present moment. If you rechannel those energies into being aware of what is going on in the present moment, you will be able to make a breakthrough and discover joy and peace right in the present moment, inside of yourself and all around you. I think that the one thing that Thich Nhat Hanh didn't mention here, which for me became necessary in my journey away from despair, was the need for community. It doesn't matter if I was at the wellness center or taking yoga teacher training or gathering with my church community on Sunday mornings. I needed to be surrounded by other people working towards the same ends, the practices of mental wellness, of physical wellness, of spiritual wellness. Being in a community is one of the ways in which I have been able to witness hope and even experience it while so much of my brain and body are stuck in depression and despair. Last week, I experienced this lifting of despair during our postlude as Rachel led us in Batya Levine's song, We Rise, which again we sang this morning for prelude. I felt the veil lifting off of me, a veil that I didn't even know was there, because that's how easily our hope can slip into despair sometimes. And yet, like our story this morning, when we can sing change, we can find that hope. In conversation about this service this week, Michelle and I were discussing what I meant by the dangers of hope. And I struggled to articulate to her what I meant in a quick and elegant way. And as you can probably tell from the last 15 minutes or so, my rambling thoughts, I'm still not exactly sure how to talk about hope as a danger. However, I know that there is something alluring about hope that can lead us to a slippery slope of optimism and then into the land of everything is going to be okay type moments. Here's another image for you. Something that came to my mind this week is the cartoon of a dog with a huge smile on his face, sitting at a table with a cup of coffee, and yet the room around him is going up in flames. The second panel of this cartoon has a speech bubble that says, "Everything is fine." Throughout these conversations, Michelle asked me if I had heard of Heather Cox Richardson, author of the Substack entitled Letters from an American. She is a historian who works as a professor of history at Boston College. Michelle shared with me the quote that our conversations kept bringing up for her. Heather Cox Richardson shared this on her social media last January, the day after the inauguration. Quote, "Authoritarians cannot rise if there are strong communities and people are acting with joy. You need despair and anger in order for an authoritarian to rise. It's okay to say, I'm not going to pay attention to politics for a while, but it is not okay to stop bringing your best self to the world. Whatever those things are that bring you to the community, do them and do them with joy. And don't stop doing the things you love because you are scared, because that actually is a form of resistance. Showing up and doing things you love says to an authoritarian, you have no place to root here." And so I invite you all to help in keeping at bay both the despair and the authoritarianism as we move through the darkest time of the year. Hold on to joy, hope, and love as we continue to gather in community. And now please join me in singing number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine, and I
I extinguish all of our flames this week with the following from Reverend Julian Soto. In this community, we hold hope close. We don't always know what comes next, but that cannot dissuade us. We don't always know just what to do, but that will not mean that we are lost in the wilderness. We rely on the certainty beneath, the foundations of our values and ethics. We are the people who return to love like a North Star, and to the truth that we are greater together than we are alone. Our hope does not live in some glimmer of an indistinct future. Rather, we know the way to the world of which we dream. And by covenant and the movement forward of one right action and then the next, we know that one day we will arrive.
Thank you, Marianne, for doing the hymns with me. So the words to this one are pretty straightforward. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. And then we'll change the word up. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. And we will end with hope. So please join me. There's only, at the end, there's just a little tag, but you'll get it. Join me. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. And then it's peace for all. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. Joy for all right now. How about we do love? As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. Love for all right now. Let's do hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. Hope for all right now. Let's go back to peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. Peace for all right now. Let's do hope for Felix. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. Hope for all right now. Woo! Did great.